I'm not clear as to how, as Americans, we are allowing the treasonous behavior of various leftist mayors and politicians in our great United States. Point one, Ted Wheeler goes out and speaks at the Antifa riots.
I stand with you no matter what. And if they launch the tear gas against you, they are launching the tear gas against me.
As while he is speaking, they are throwing destructive firebombs, firecrackers, commercial grade, at the courthouse in an attempt to burn it down. For 50 straight days, they have been destroying downtown Portland. Windows broken, graffiti everywhere. Who pays for this? And the federal officers are guarding a federal courthouse that every one of us has taxpayer dollars for. The Oregon senators, the Democratic Oregon senators, state that Trump is essentially sending in stormtroopers, an occupying army. It's absolutely disgusting that we have to send in federal troops because the leftist mayor of Portland refuses to protect the city from these rioters. When I'm totally fine with peaceful riots, everybody has the right to exercise their First Amendment, no matter how despicable their Antifa views might be of communism, of tearing down the greatest system in the world that is functional, that has created wealth, that has tried to live up to the promissory note that was written by Thomas Jefferson and the Declaration of Independence. And we did not initially deliver on that. And you had people like Frederick Douglass, like Martin Luther King, come and say that we are here to cash the promissory check that was written to us, that the black people originally were not part of this great independence, this great set of freedoms. And yes, that is accurate. When Frederick Douglass said that July 4th did not apply to black people in the year 1850, he was right. And since then, America has tried to live up to that promissory note. And we have extended these freedoms to everybody in the great states of America. And for this, we should be proud. And yet, these people want to tear down this system that has advanced and replace it with communism, which has proven itself time and time again throughout history to be absolutely unfunctional and ultimately absolutely evil, to the tune of over 100 million people dead. And yet Ted Wheeler says, the mayor of Portland stands in front of the Antifa crowd as they are trying to burn down the courthouse and says, I am with you. I stand with you 100%. After 50 days of burning and looting and rioting. You realize that these Antifa protesters, rioters, have shined lasers into the eyes of the federal officers, and 3 of them might never regain their sight because of the power of the laser. That is assault. That is depriving somebody of their vision, their rights, their life. Imagine if somebody had blinded you. Oh, it's not that big a deal. It's listed as an injury. That's something that they never recover from. These are individual people that just want to go about their lives, that are trying to protect America, that are trying to protect citizenry. And here they are, they're protecting a courthouse that is taxpayer funded. And Ted Wheeler goes in front of it and says, I'm with you, Antifa. What a horrible person. The senators, the governor of Oregon deserve to be excommunicated from the country, just sent somewhere else. Let them go to China. Let them go to North Korea and experience what true communism is. Okay, granted, China is no longer true communism because they've embraced a market capitalist system, which is what's advanced them in terms of wealth. But these people absolutely minimum must be voted out of office. In my opinion, it's absolutely treasonous what they're doing. You take a look at Mayor Lightfoot in Chicago. This person that believes that she has the right to get a haircut while shutting down the entire city because she's the face of the city. That's why she's denying, originally at least, tried to deny Trump the right to send in federal officers to protect federal buildings. These are not under the jurisdiction of those localities. These are federal jurisdictions. And yet, when the police risk their lives, get injured protecting a statue of Christopher Columbus, against protesters that want protesters, rioters. You don't get to destroy, again, public property without being called rioting. You're no longer peaceful when you do that. And the officers protect the statue of Christopher Columbus, and then Lightfoot, the mayor, decides overnight that we're going to remove it. So what? You protected this, you got injured for absolutely nothing, and then literally the mayor does the job that the protesters want? No, this is horrific. This goes against America, the values of America. No, we get to vote in order to whether or not the public wants to remove that statue. If the public wants to remove that statue, that's fine, but you don't give in to the demands of terrorists, which is essentially what Lightfoot is doing. You don't get to say, hey, we don't want any federal officers here. Our city is peaceful. Meanwhile, at the next day, at a funeral, a gunfight broke out that injured many, many people. And of course, the funeral was for a homicide that took place on the streets of Chicago. While you are abolishing the police or defunding the police, you are seeing an increase in the number of murders and the increase in looting and destruction all over. And you're telling the police to stand down. This is treasonous behavior. You are not doing the job that you were employed to do. Do you think that the average citizen wants to see their business burned, looted? No, we want peace. We want law and order. Mayor Jenny Durkan in Seattle, yesterday night, they went and they looted a Whole Foods. They smashed in all the windows. They burned local businesses. They rioted again. And where are the police? And this is what you want to do. You want to defund the police. You want to tell the rioters that you go ahead and do your job. You are attempting to burn down America. And it saddens me. I did not know that this was possible. I did not know that there were elected officials with this much contempt and hatred for the United States of America. And again, I say this as somebody who's visited 60 countries around the world, and I always was glad to come back to America. And if this continues, I might not just come back. I might just stay overseas. I don't want to be in an environment where I have to fear for my children's safety, where somebody thinks that they have the right to shine a laser at another person and blind them, and then nothing happens to said individuals, where people that are actively burning down the courthouse, the mayor goes out of their way to call the troops stormtroopers, to not even the troops, the federal officers that are protecting the building, stormtroopers, because they go and they actually make an arrest because you're unwilling to send in your police. This is the sad state of affairs that is ongoing in America today. Something needs to be done. Anybody that votes for these politicians, for these senators in Oregon that declare, the Democratic senators that declare that Trump is an evil man for sending in federal troops to defend our tax dollars, your tax dollars that pay for that courthouse, they need to have their heads examined. These are, in my opinion, not even politically expedient people. These are stupid people because it's not politically expedient to declare the protection of a federal courthouse to be the wrong move, to be evil. These are evil people, I would say, in addition to reuse the word. I'm saddened. I really, really am. And I hope that everybody votes red, not because I think that the Republicans are so great, but because I genuinely believe the Democrats are evil, that they want to tear down our system of government. And this is coming from somebody who's never voted Republican before. I would love to hear from you guys how I'm mistaken. I would love to hear from you guys, not the Antifa members on Reddit. I want to hear from you guys, the sane people out there, how you could possibly excuse Ted Wheeler from standing beside a group and saying, I'm with you, as they are attempting to burn down the courthouse, as has been demonstrated numerous times. Please inform me. Tell me how I'm wrong in the comment section. Share this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Have a great day. Sorry for the little rant. I'm a little bit disgusted with what's going on. Peace and blessings, everybody. Vote red.